Hi, my name is Sunday. In this video, I'll be talking about how to buy cheap houses in Italy from ASTA. We're going to be looking at the procedures or the processes on how to acquire or buy house from ASTA. We're talking about the houses that courts always say. That's what we're looking into. For people who want to buy it for their residential use, maybe they want to be staying there or they want to even use it for business whatsoever. So people that need it, please listen to this video. I'll be very fast about it because the process is very long. It take me almost 20 minutes, but I will just quickly summarize it within 10 minutes. Try to listen to it. Now, how do you go about it? First and foremost, type on Google, just write Casa in Vendita, meaning house for sale. Casa in Vendita, have the name of any city that you're looking for the house. Any city, you can write Casa in Vendita Rome, Casa in Vendita Milano, Casa in Vendita Torino, Casa in Vendita in any city. Have the name of the city to read. Then different websites will show. Click on any of the websites, then you are going to get different houses there. So any of the houses you now find that you like the house, go underneath, you're going to see phone number. So you call the phone number. The agent that maybe that is handling this will now respond to you. Ask the agent whether the house is still available. They will tell you yes or no. So they have to fix appointment with you to go and look at the house. Now, the way it goes is this. So after you've looked at the house and the house is okay, you like the house, and the price is also affordable. Some houses, even some regions, some ASTA houses, some will be 15,000, 10,000, 20,000. Good houses. I'm talking about good houses, good apartments. 15,000, 20,000, 30,000, depends on the region, depends on the city. Some people's region, some people's city, you might not get such, you might get even ASTA of 100, 120, but some places you can get cheaper houses. So you have to do the section online, so you get it from there. So after contacting the agent, you have gone to view the house, and you like the house and the price is affordable, meaning the price is okay with you, then the procedures, the processes you have to go through is this. Now, let me say this quickly. For those ones that want to buy house from ASTA, you have to know this first. It is either you have your cash on hand, because it will be difficult for bank to give you money for ASTA. Bank majorly don't give out loans. We are talking about mutual. They don't give out mutual or loans for ASTA houses. The reason is this: if you want to buy normal one from normal agents, not ASTA, normal one, then if you want to involve bank, maybe bank want to give you money, then the bank will have to communicate with the agent. The agent will have to give the key of the apartment to the bank, for bank to go and do verification to know the value of the house before they will give you money. To know the value of the house before they will grant your loan for you. But in the case of ASTA, courts don't release the key, so bank don't have rights to go and view or to go and value the house, to know how much is the value of the house. That is the problem between banks and also courts. That's the reason why bank, it will be difficult for them to give out loans, because without valuing the house, it will be difficult for bank to give out mutual or loans. That is the problem. Except you want to carry maybe finanzamento or prostitute. With that one, you have to go and declare another thing that you want to use the money for other thing. Maybe you want to use the money to buy car or to buy whatsoever thing, or for those ones that have apartment before, you have house before, you say you want to use the money to renovate your house. You have to go and do declaration with your bank, because there are some bank, they can just give out money, prostitute, not loans. You understand? So anyhow, the one of ASTA, you have to be sure. I repeat again, you have to be sure that your bank is going to grant you the money you are looking for, or you have the money on hand before you can proceed for the one of ASTA, because it's very different from the normal procedure of the normal one. You want to buy the normal house. You understand? So let's proceed. So after you have the money on hand, or you are sure that your bank is going to give to you, then the agent is going to tell you the things you need to bring. Regarding that of ASTA, if the house is 30,000, so if you are interested in the house, then you have to pay 10% of the house, 10% of the value of the amount they're going to offer it. If it's 30,000, you have to pay 10% to accounts of the courts, not to the accounts of the agents. You have to pay 10% of the value of the money. If it's 30,000, meaning you have to pay 3,000, which is the 10% first, into the account of the courts, meaning you have interest in it, because the house is online. They are doing everything online. You understand? Because the same way you see it and have interest in it, the same way other people from other places, from other cities, might also see it. I might see them in my room, I also see it, and also apply for it. You understand? So at the end of it all, if you have luck, at the end of it all, when they are going to do the option, at the gara, At the end of it, if it's just you alone, then you've won the house, meaning automatically you will win the house with just that 30,000. But if maybe the very day they're going to do the ASTA, they now open all the envelope and people that have interest in it, maybe other people also make 10%, 33,000 into their account. Other people also make different 10%, you understand? Maybe 4 to 5 people or 10 people. At the end, if you now find out that it will now be 10 people, then they will start doing the auction, the very date, because they're going to write a date on it. The dates that they're going to do the auction, which is the gara. From that date, you are going to know how many. At the moment, you are not going to know. It is only on that date that you will now know, or the agent, because the agent that will help you to run all those stuff on computer. So on that very day, you are going to know how many people have interest in it. If it's 5 people or 10 people, then the gara, or the auction begins. So maybe they have start with maybe 30,000. Someone will say, okay, I'll buy it for 31,000. The other will also write, I'll also buy it for 32. That's the way they will bargain, or that's the way they were going to be dragging it from one to the other, from 31 to 32 to 35 to up to 40 sometimes. Even when it has that start from 30,000, or apartment that start from 30,000, somebody might even raise it up to 60,000, 70,000. So if you don't have that cash, so there's no need of proceeding. You understand? So if, for instance, at the end of it all, let's say you are the one that won it, or there were nobody to contest it with you, it was only you won. So automatically you win the house. Then the 3,000 you pay, you have to go and add another 27,000 to it, because if you win the house, court will give you 3 months. 3 months to pay the remaining amount, which is, if it's 20,000 or 27,000, how much remains to pay the remaining amount. Then for the agents, now to start with, from the agent, before you even pay the 10% and other things, there are some agents you have to pay them maybe registration fees, either 500, depends on the agent. Some agent collect 300 for you to register with them, and that registration is going to cover a whole year. Meaning, if you do the first one, maybe you fail or you did not win it, you still have right to do another without registering any longer. It covers the period of 1 year. You can register with 500 euro, 300 euro, depends on the agent. There are some agents that will tell you to bring 2,000, 1,000. You have to run away from those agents. You understand? There are different agents, so you can ask, start making call. You find different agents online. You understand? So that's how they do it. Then, after you've paid the registration fees, then the agent will not tell you that whenever you win the house, anytime you win the house, automatically you have to pay them their own fees. The registration is different from their own fees. Their own fees might be 1,000, 1,005, 2,000, up to 3,000. Depends on the agent. There are some agents they collect 1,000. After you've won the house, there are some agents they collect 2,000, 2,005, just like that. So that's how they do it. So for any agent that will tell you to put 2,000 on grand first, please don't try it. The only highest amount you use to register is up to 500. From 200 to 500, some agents collect 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, up to 500, only for registration. So if at the end of it all, after you've paid the 10%, another person now wins the house, maybe they now later go and win the house in 70,000, 80,000. The 10% you paid within 48 hours, the court will restore it or return it back to you. If you pay 3,000 for the 10%, the one you used to have interest in it, then the court will have to return it back to you. If another person wins the house, they will return it back to you within 48 hours. No dime we remove from the 3,000. They will return your 3,000 back to you. It's only the registration fees that the agent will not return back to you. So that's the reason why you don't need to go and pay 2,000 for registration. It has to be from 200 to 500. So that's it for those people that want to do it. Then the same thing again. If maybe you win the house, you are the one that won the house, then court will give you 3 months to pay the remaining amount. So that's the reason that you need to have, at least you are sure that you have the cash on hand, or your bank promised you that they are going to give to you. If at the end of the 3 months that you maybe did not send money to complete it, then the money you paid, that 3% or that 10%, court will not give it back to you. So that is it. You have to be aware about that. So if maybe at the end of the 3 months you don't send the remaining amount to complete it, court, they are not going to give you back your 10%. But if maybe you are not the one that won the house, another person wins the house, they are going to return back your 10% to you. So that's as ASTA house goes. Then for notario, there is no notario in ASTA house. If you win the house, you're only going to pay the agents that help you, either 1,000, 1,005, or 2,000, 2,005, up to 3,000. Then for court will now be in charge to write all the documents of the house. That's how it goes. court will be in charge to write all the documents of the house without notary. They will give you everything, do everything for you. Then the fees you have to pay for the court is just within, depends on the value of the house, depends on how much the house worth, how much you use in buying or purchasing the house. So court, the amount to pay court is just within 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. That is the highest amount or so, but it depends on the value of the house. So that's it. So court, for them to write the document and other things after you've won the house is within between 1,000 to 3,000. Then for the agent, between 1,000 to 2,000 as well, depend on the agent. So that's how it is for people that want to go on ASTA, want to go and buy houses on ASTA. So that's how they do it. So this is just a little summary. There might be other things I forgot to say, but anyhow, this is just the main thing concerning ASTA. Like what I said, you need to go and search online. Search online. There are some people that say ASTA house after you bought it. Maybe the former person that was inside that they drove away. Maybe the person is mafia, or maybe the person is so and so. The person will come out buy the person inside the house or do one thing or that to the person. That don't happen. The court is the one in charge. Some people also say, what if maybe somebody is in that house? But there are some houses of ASTA whereby there are some occupants, some tenants inside already. Some ASTA house, if the tenant has contract of rents, you also have to know about that. There are some ASTA houses of which maybe the owner of the house is the one not paying. Maybe the person didn't pay and they now seize the house from the owner of the house. But the owner of the house, maybe he wrote contract for another person. The person has valid contract. If you want to buy such a house, sometimes they will write it on it that there's somebody inside. If the contract is going to expire in 3 years' time, you have to wait in 3 years' time before the person will leave that house. You cannot drive away the person. So there are some people, maybe the occupant is living there, maybe is living there without a registration, is living there without any contract. So whenever you win the house, within that 3 months that they are going to give to you, court will make sure that they drive that person away. So you'll be assured about that. Court will make sure that they drive that person away. If the person is living there illegally or the person don't have contract of that house, they will drive away the person within that 3 months before you finish your payment and hand over key to you. But if the person has contract and the contract is going to expire in 3 years' time, 4 years' time, 2 years' time, they can't drive away the person. You will have to wait even after buying it. So you have to be sure, know about that. Ask them whether the person inside, is he occupied? If he's occupied, the person, he has contract or not. You have to know about that. So that's how it goes. So for people who want to go into it, it is okay. Like what I said, search for it online, contact the agent. Like what I said, another thing again, any agent can do it. If you don't trust your agent or don't have any agent that doing it, if you find any house, maybe you can also reach out to me. I have an agent. Any agent can do it from anywhere, from any city, because it is done online. You understand? It is done online. Like my agent is helping me with my ASTAs and other things. He can also do it for anybody in Verona. He has done for people in Verona, in different cities. You understand? He has helped them to win different houses. So that's how it is. So for people, if maybe after contacting your agent or the agent you see on the online, if you can't, then you can send a link. You can send a link after contacting the agent. Maybe the agent, maybe they are playing you this one way or the other. You can send a link to me, then we'll help you contact my agent. My agent can help you carry on with it because any agent can do it. So that's how it is. So this is the short video concerning those ones, not to go for ASTAs. Thank you and God bless you. Bye.